What's up YouTube, Dale here from Zephyr, bringing you another live duel from locals. So on the right we have Blue Eyes Primite, and on the left we have Regenesis Dogmatika. So this is the last round from locals, starting off quite strong with Sage with Eyes of Blue, searching out Maiden, sending Maiden to grab True Light, and moving on from this position here. Quite a nice way to be able to start this without being interruptive. You do have to be a little bit cautious of what might come down on the Spirit Dragon if there's like an Ash or an Ogre or anything like that. Doesn't look like there is any. Grabbing the Mausoleum target Spirit, sending Blue Eyes. Pretty straightforward in the combo line now. Treat off the Spirit, bring back Blue Eyes, bring back Maiden, I would assume. So the only thing that will interact here is if there is a Bestial, which looks like there isn't, and that's going to open up the ability to go into a Blue Eyes Spirit Dragon. Then we have the ability of the True Light to set the wishes. We haven't activated that this turn. We're going to activate the wishes, discarding the card, which looks like a Purge to me. Could interestingly kind of show that there's a second Purge in the hand, because then at least you've guaranteed a trap in the hand. We're going to go for Majesty, and we're going to go for a Fet Veiler. You could technically have gone for Sage, but then the additional normal summon would have opened you up to Nibiru and everything else in between. So played this quite cautiously, which is really, really important. It looked like there was a Swarm Strike that was just ripped off the top there, which is quite interesting to be in the main deck, but you never know. So starting off with the draw phase, main phase, working into Ultimate Slayer. Okay, so Ultimate Slayer is going to target the Spirit Dragon, and that's going to be sending, I would assume, Malong. And then on the new chain, Malong can return a card to the hand, maybe. Is Malong any card? I can't quite remember. Sending an Omega instead. I mean, that's still a good one, because it will allow you to kind of move a card in the graveyard. But it looks like we're going to be chaining True Light, because Ultimate Slayer, you can't respond with monster effects, but you've responded with True Light and then chain the Spirit Dragon. So Slayer would resolve as much as possible. So obviously the target's no longer there, so it can't return anything. New chain will then open up. We've got Omega, which won't trigger, or doesn't trigger. It's like on a separate chain. But then we do have the Maiden. Interesting that if we had sent Malong, you probably could have returned the Blue Eyes Spirit, but then whoa! Super Poly, Blue Eyes, and the Ultimate Spirit Dragon. Yikes! Into Garura. Okay. So, I mean, that still clears the field off. That's a lot of cost to kind of clear the field off, but it did get the two monsters on the field that was needed. Oh, second Nadir Servant. That explains a lot. I'm assuming a Purge. Surely there's a Purge. Like, you don't just... Yeah, there we go. I was like, you don't discard a Purge without having another Purge in the hand. Like, without a shadow of a doubt. So that's going to negate the Nadir Servant. You've got Garura, which can attack to kill the Maiden. True Light is still going to be active. There's two more cards left in hand. What's going on here? True Light to bring back Blue Eyes? Yeah, True Light to bring back Blue Eyes. Destroying the Maiden still. Wait, what happened? How did the Blue Eyes get back to the field? Oh, duh. Garura targets the Maiden for an attack. Lol. Bring back the Blue Eyes. Very rare that you ever see that happen. I was like, how did Blue Eyes get back? Was it True Light? No. See, attack a Maiden. Interesting. So maybe with hindsight, you activate the Omega to put back the Blue Eyes. Something that probably should have been done in main phase 2. Or main phase 1, sorry. And it looks like in main phase 2, that's what we're doing now, is we're putting the Maiden back into the deck. So, I mean, it still could have brought back the Sage. Wouldn't have had as big of an effect, but still an effect. We know there's still a Majesty in rotation. I'm surprised Majesty didn't get activated in the end phase to deal with one of those spells and traps, just to guarantee there was nothing there. But then if you're able to get a second Blue Eyes in rotation as well, that could be quite damaging. We still have True Light to set. We still have... Wishes is banished. Not sure how Wishes got banished. Maybe I missed something on that one. So, True Light doesn't have any targets. Oh, okay, we're activating Wishes now. Got you. So, Wishes into the Tyrant. Tyrant's going to be able to destroy the Garura, which will give you a draw, but then obviously do a bit of damage, and recycle a Purge from the grave. And I think the recycle is just going to be too good right now. No targeted effects. Well, target effects can be used, but it will probably just get negated. So, Tyrant attacks. Mirror Force! Raw! It's not Mirror Force, it's Birth. So, Birth will send as cost. Can Birth flip? Is it... I'm assuming... I mean, it'd be crazy if it wasn't. Is Regenesis Birth because I've never really considered it this way. Regenesis, Birth. Is it just your card, just your opponent's cards? Yeah, it has to be target a face-up card your opponent controls, which is a big shame. Because obviously you're going to banish the Neo from the graveyard, which will negate the targeted effect, still destroy the Garura, but at least you've got Warrior to the grave. Oh, still attempting to attack the Garura. Is this going to go through? Yeah, Garura goes through. Garura to draw. Garura to draw. No. I think he's forgotten to draw, or is he just taking the life point damage first? Garura is by battle, right? It's literally just if... Yeah, Garura... I'm 99% sure Garura is just if it's sent to the graveyard. So I think they've missed the draw off of Garura on that one. Setting a second wishes because we've banished the wishes from the graveyard, so it is different from the ones in the grave. Activating that again, what looks like discarding a Perulia or a Fluros, grabbing a Sage and a Roar of the Blue-Eyed. Ultimately, you're just going to go normal summon Sage. There's no worrying about walking into a second Super Poly because there's no cards in the hand to be discarded. That's where the Garura draw would have been massively important if it was. Normal summon the Sage. I'm assuming Sage searched out Veiler. I'm surprised the Tyrant stayed on the field. I thought you would have gone into like a second... Oh, we are. Okay. Oh, okay. They've reversed it and allowed the Garura draw to happen. Okay. Fine. Fair enough. They're both... Well, not both new to this deck, but the Regenesis Dogmatika is kind of new to the strategy, like the way they've built the deck. So, understandable little things like this do get missed and local. So, a little bit lighthearted on that one. Go for the additional normal summon of Maiden. Synchro those two together. Get into a second... No, going into the Lightstorm Dragon. That's cool. That'll deal with both the back rows now. Strike. Ooh. Interesting that it held the strike that long. I probably would have striked the summon, maybe. Because I'm pretty sure it needs to be destroyed on the field to reset a card. I think. I could be wrong on that one because I've never really... got into that scenario of Lightstorm Dragon. So we get to add Warrior back from the deck to the hand, and then we get to draw for turn. So we know that there is a random draw from Garura, the draw for the top deck, and then Warrior is guaranteed. Spirit Dragon is 2500 attack, so technically you could special summon down the Warrior right now. We still have the Book of Moon effect of the Birth, because I'm going to double check this one. I'm pretty sure it's like the Birth could be activated. Send, target, change it to face down, defense position, but it can only send to summon back from the grave. Okay, looks like we're scooping up. There's a draw and a Veiler in the hand. I'm assuming the Warrior just wouldn't have done enough. I'm kind of going into game 2 anyway. So start off with Maiden. It looks like the Regenesis Dogmatika has allowed Blue Eyes to go first. Grabbing the True Light. True Light's going to be set in the wishes. Activate the wishes. Discarding a Perulia. Just because they obviously weren't expecting to be going first. Going to Sage. Sage and Majesty. Normal summon the Sage. I'm assuming. Do you go for Veiler on this one? This is the big difference. This is why I can kind of see people's arguments about having a Master in the deck. Because, you know, with the Master being your additional summon, you can still then add back the Sage and be a little bit more combo heavy. It's fine. This is still like because in a Primite version, it's very rare. Like, you should be seeing a route to your Primite card. Like, that's the idea. That is your first normal summon. It can't be your additional normal summon. It has to be your first normal summon. So the idea is that Master would probably become more of a brick than it would be an actual helper. But in both of these games, you've already seen that starting off with Sage, you probably wish you have a Master to kind of give you that extra oomph. So you've got Majesty and Veiler off of the wishes, bringing back the Maiden. I think this is going to be a repeat of the first turn, but maybe with or without a Purge. Synchro both of those together to get into the Spirit Dragon. Set 1, set 2, and shuffle up to pass. Okay, draw for turn. Looks like a code was drawn for turn. I saw a Fleur Delis in the hand. Starting off with Duster, that's pretty good straight away. That's going to get drill beamed. Yeah, shocker on that one. No surprise. Now, what's really funny here is if you have like a card like Forbidden Droplet and you activate it and send the Duster, they can't negate the drill beam can't negate the Duster. So, chaining code. Interesting to chain the code here. I don't know if you need to, right? Going for the dragon. Okay, so we're really trying to get rid of that True Light. Activating dragon to hit the True Light. It's going to banish the True Light if it resolves. Okay, so True Light is going to set a Roar of the Blue-Eyed. Now, I think I know why they've done this, and it will probably become a little bit clearer in a second. So, but the difference is this is where Spirit kind of becomes a thing of its own, is if you threaten to go main phase, battle phase, Spirit instantly tags out. There's no doubt about it, which I think is exactly what's just happened. Tag out into the Blue-Eyed Ultimate. Now, either this is the biggest bait in the world. No, there isn't evenly there. If it was like Imperm and then evenly, like, brah, could you have asked for any more of a custom hand? Fleur Delis being revealed for Archfiend, summoning down the Archfiend. This will then attempt to search, which then gets hit with a Veiler. 2 more cards left in hand. One we know is a Fleur Delis, which can summon itself to the field. We are locked out of the extra deck because we've attempted to use code, or we have used code for Dragon. So getting the Fleur Delis to the field isn't really going to advance the game state so much. And I think in this kind of simplified area, what's going to happen is the Blue Eyes Ultimate would be destroyed in the end phase. That will then float back into a Blue Eyes, which in turn can float back into a Maiden. Meaning that as we start the Blue Eyes turn, that can go into the Spirit Dragon. Spirit Dragon can technically tag out and go into the Ancient Fairy Dragon if they play it, which is the new Ancient Fairy Dragon of Life, which will destroy the monster. And I think they're just kind of calculating if it's worth continuing, and it looks like it probably isn't. Anyway, scooping it up. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share. Till next time, as absolutely always, stay safe. And of course, happy dueling.